All right, all right. I think we are live on the air. Trying to do a live stream today, so if you see this, if you're able to jump on, I'm in the chat right now. Make sure that the sound is good, and we will be well on our way with today's featured discussion. Let me jump on my phone to make sure. Oh, that thumbnail looks pretty cool. Right? So let me see, make sure it's not just me that's getting this live stream information. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know if you like the new setup, put some new curtains up. Hit me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the new layout here. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Today I wanted to talk about major crypto news. I think this is a big time, especially when you're looking at the Wall Street oligarchs and their inevitable migration to blockchain technology. This is a London firm that has announced their initiative to invest 10% of all cash reserves into Bitcoin. And so today we'll be answering the question, what does it mean for blockchain technology and the rest of the crypto economy, right? And so again, hopefully it's not lagging here. I think we're good. And so again, hopefully it's not. Right? Haven't done a live stream in a long time, but nonetheless, I'm glad you're with me. It says you own the cryptocurrency you buy on PayPal, but this is a comment in our live chat. You own the cryptocurrency you buy on PayPal, but will not be provided with a private key. In case you are wondering, a private key is a person's secret code to access and manage their cryptocurrency. Yes, I agree. I believe Andres Antonopoulos has said on many occasions, not your private key, not your Bitcoin. So essentially, this is like a gateway custodial, and he's referring to the PayPal announcement. I'm not talking about PayPal on this video. That'll probably be on tomorrow's video. This is more about the London firm, but essentially PayPal announced that they'll be allowing people to buy Bitcoin, but again, they're the custodian of that account. So essentially, it's almost the same as putting your money into a bank. You don't actually own the money when it goes into the bank. The bank owns that money, and you get an IOU for your cash deposit, right? Nonetheless, here we are. This is our story for today. Again, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up button. We got 4 whole viewers. What's good? But as long as everybody's getting these words, and I'm completely fine with it. UK listed firm putting up 10% of its cash reserves into Bitcoin. Mode Global Holdings PLC, a London Stock Exchange listed company, has announced plans to make a significant purchase of Bitcoin as a part of its treasury investment strategy. In a press release on Wednesday, the fintech group, financial technology. I don't think that they're a fintech group because I'm going to look up their annual report. But nonetheless, said it will convert up to 10% of its cash reserves into cryptocurrency as a part of a long-term strategy to protect investors from currency debasement. And so this is actually a very interesting use of words as a part of their official press release. Currency debasement. I have not seen that used in too many articles, especially when it talks about Bitcoin and alternative investing. This is when JP Morgan sees currency debasement. Stop it! I don't want to do that. Damn it. Bloomberg. Currency debasement is coming. This is from May 2020. Gold is down 1720. So essentially, debasement is the devaluing. It's like, it's the same thing as saying inflation, generational inflation. So essentially, when I was little, I was just in the gas station the other day with my little $5 bill, you know, and I couldn't even, actually, I had like, let's just theoretically use $1, right? I had $1 and I was at the little Sunoco gas station and I wanted to get a candy bar. I couldn't even find one candy bar that cost less than this $1 right here, right? When I was little, you could buy a candy bar, a bag of chips, and a pop for $1. Each of them was like a quarter, you know? Only unless you got like the king size candy bar, then that was like 50 cents or something. But you could get a can of pop for a quarter, a bag of chips, and a candy bar, and get change back from this dollar, right? This is the same damn dollar. Look how old it is. This thing been around for a long time. That's the same dollar that they had when I was little. However, the purchasing power of this dollar has gone down exponentially since I have come of age, right? They say that the rate of inflation, the prices double every generation. However, I think we're in a stage of hyperinflation, and we have been probably since the mid-2000s, to where the price doubles every 10 to 12 years, right? But it's just, and the way they did it with candy bars, you wouldn't even realize it, but they actually made the candy bar smaller. You know, a Snickers size, if you look up the Snickers size over the past 20 years, it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. However, the price has gone up. So it's like they're screwing you over twice, you know, and most people don't even realize it, right? You got any price targets, BK? Yes, I do. I'll be giving those out in this video. Stay tuned. So yeah, currency debasement is essentially the financial manipulation, also known as inflation, which they calculate at 3% a year forever. So essentially, this dollar becomes worth 3% less every single year forever. Right? So you do that 30 times, just imagine what this dollar will be worth, 30 years from now. Not much, right? This is what I wanted to get into. Mode Global Holdings. This is the name of the company. See this up here? UK firm Mode, M-O-D-E, Mode Global Holdings, PLC. One of the things you can do is look up the financial information for this company. Let me make sure. And it's called the annual report. The annual report I like a lot more, essentially because it kind of gives, it's not just black and white numbers like the 10K, 10K, 10Q. The annual report is more like a colorful document. And so I looked this thing up before I came on the air, and this is what I found. And I just want to make sure this is indeed the right company. I think it is, right? It all begins with a dream. Global Investment Holding. Let me make sure these are right, guys. Because when I looked up Mode, M-O-D-E, let me see. No, this might not be them. Let's see. Let's see if we got any comments. If you have any questions, again, I'm in the chat. I'm live on my phone, so shoot your comments or your questions in the chat, and I'll be able to see that in real time and get to you. Yep. And I'm glad, like, the YouTube is not squandering this live stream, so that's pretty cool. We're actually able to go live on the air. Let's see if this is it. Oh, it's a private company. It's not publicly traded. Dang it. How can we find this? Mode Global Holdings, PLC. Sell 45, buy 47. They're up 1% on the day. No financial, private company, huh? And so what I wanted to try to do for you guys is like a bit of due diligence and, looking at what does the financial of this company look like. right? Market capitalization, 37 million. Actually, that's 37 million euro, I want to say. Come on. Yeah, the company I looked up before I came on the air was, I don't think that was the right company. Right. This is the actual release. I think this is kind of cool. This just came out today at 7 in the morning. Mode is the first UK publicly traded company to announce a significant purchase of Bitcoin. That's right! As part of its treasury investment strategy. The dollar is dead, buy Bitcoin instead. The allocation is part of a long-term strategy to protect investors from currency debasement. Follows the successful completion of Mode's IPO. Oh, so it's a new company. That's why the chart only goes back about a month. Okay, so it's an IPO, I think, that just came out this month, which is interesting. And it's allocated up to 10% of its cash reserves to purchase Bitcoin, right? The move is part of a long-term goal to protect investors' assets from currency debasement, from losing money over time with fiat currency. UK interest rates at a record low. Mode is also seeking to diversify away from low-interest money markets in order to maximize the value of returns. Right, and so that's actually a good point as well. I think because the banks aren't actually paying people to have their money in the banks. This is one of the things that they're talking about right now, especially in Europe and other parts of the world, is having negative interest rates where you have to pay the bank to hold your money. So not only are you getting fucked over on the inflation rate, you're about to get double fucked on interest, right? You know, double stuffed like an Oreo, you know? It's not going to be a good situation for a lot of people, especially if you are not diversified in cryptocurrency and precious metals. Get your weight up, as my man Big Mike says, you know, over there in the D. I certainly do agree. Mode is the first publicly listed company in the UK to officially announce a significant purchase of Bitcoin as a part of its treasury investment strategy. This follows announcements by Square MicroStrategy, which did disclose purchases of an aggregate value of $500 million in Bitcoin. Since inception, these guys recognize the potential of Bitcoin as a reliable store of value. See, this is actually really good. This is an announcement to the world through the channels of the market. This is an official press release made to Wall Street by one of the newest companies, new guys on the block. They just had an IPO. And they're talking about their support of Bitcoin. To support its vision, Mode has built an easy-to-use mobile application, I should look that up, that allow people to buy, sell, and hold Bitcoin to grow their holdings via one of the highest yielding and most flexible interest-generating Bitcoin products in the market, right? So probably it's like some staking thing where as long as you have Bitcoin on their platform, they will pay you an interest rate. I believe this is what's replacing the interest rates of the bank, to actually have your liquidity on the exchanges or the intermediaries, and they will in turn pay you for your time and your equity and value that you have on their network. It's a very, very interesting play, and it's basically bypassing the traditional fiduciaries, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, not TD Ameritrade, but Bank of America, Chase Bank, these big institution, brick and mortar, corner store banks. It's basically bypassing them to get people on the blockchain and to still get you used to being paid for your time, right? Mode consumer products enable everyday investors to access the benefits of Bitcoin in a secure and seamless way, right? And this is from, let me look up Mr. Jonathan Roland. I might have to hit this brother up real quick. Let me see. Jonathan Roland. One of richest men, apparently. And his pregnant wife that made headline news. Wait a minute, when did this come out? May 15th? Oh, we getting a divorce. That hurts. Here we go. Here we go. This is recent. Jonathan Roland plans $40 million float. Stop it. Jonathan Roland plans $40 million float for Bitcoin Bank. The multimillionaire entrepreneur aims to float his Bitcoin app Mode. So that's him. Bitcoin banking company. Man, they don't even let you read this stuff. What the hell? There it goes. Yeah, Bitcoin Bank. Right? And so maybe this guy is looking to create a financial institution that's anchored in Bitcoin. So instead of traditional banks being anchored in dollars, you know, measuring their trades and their worth and their equity and their transactions in USD, this guy is looking to change the narrative and anchor it in BTC by allocating 10% of his cash into Bitcoin. And he's the son of some other rich guy who's worth about $1 billion. Right? In 2007, they set up Redwood Bank, managed $30 million investment. That's not a lot of money. And they lost $3.5 million, so they lost 3%. But that could be because they were dealing in dollars, right? And so this is an app that they lost called Mode. And it allows users to store Bitcoin. And they're going to be on the backside of it. And this is the same thing that Square's done, PayPal's done, JP Morgan has done. But they don't have the customer-facing interface. Like, you can't buy Bitcoin on JP Morgan's app, you know? At least not yet. You can buy it on Square. You can buy it on Cash App. And actually, you're technically not even buying it. They already have it, and they're just giving you a digital conversion equivalency of what they have on your behalf. It's like an escrow service, right? And so this is the latest and greatest company. But I think what's really important is that they're putting up that big 10%, right? So as the company grows, that holding grows, and that in turn substantiates their holding on the blockchain, right? Won't do that, won't do that. And so they're a smaller company. I think they're only, what? They didn't say how much. I think they only made like maybe 30 million. So if, say they have 10% cash and they put 10% up on that in Bitcoin, that's only about $300,000 in Bitcoin if the company made 30 million and if they have a 10% cash ratio, right? And so it's a very, very, very small pebble in a very, very, very big pond. Bitcoin is sitting, uh-oh, did we stop streaming? Or just everybody just fell off? Bitcoin is sitting, oh well, I don't know what happened. Where's the article you are reading from CoinDesk? I'm good. All right, it says I got 0 current viewers, so I don't know. Bitcoin is sitting north of 200 billion, right? All right, there we go. We're back. So, you know, even $3 million, $30 million, if it came all at once, that's like a fraction of a percent, right? And so it's not a huge dent, you know, that these guys are going to make in the market by themselves. But I think what's most important is it sets a very, very, very strong precedent to the market and to the world that Bitcoin is a reliable, tangible asset. I remember back in 2017, I want to say 2016, when, you know, all those puppets and politicians in DC went and declared Bitcoin an asset. And that was huge. Why was it huge? Because it meant now the government could go and take the gains on it, right? If it's not an asset, the government can't claim rights to the interest or the growth, right? But now it's an asset, bam! You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got 10 grand on Coinbase? Pay me that 30% capital gains rate, right? And so now it's like these guys are actually saying, well, yes, it's an asset and it's so valuable that we're leaving dollars and migrating over to the blockchain, right? And so I think that's what is very, very, very impressive to me about this announcement, right? And the 10% thing I think is very, very, very important for you guys to take heed. If you know, I grew up in the church, and that's one of the things they talked about with tithing and first fruit. You know, you always want to give 10% of your income, you know, if you're a religious person, spiritual person, to your faith. That's, you know, what they refer to as tithing, right? Take 1/10 and give it to God, so to speak. And so this is a book. I think it's interesting, and that's what these guys announced that they're doing right off the top. They said we're going to take that 10% instead of giving it to, you know, that white-faced, blue-eyed, you know, Jesus. We go put it in Bitcoin. I can't say I'm mad at him, right? The Richest Man in Babylon. This is a book written in 1926 by George S. Clayson that dispenses financial advice through a collection of parables set 4,000 years ago. Many of you have never heard of this book, which is exactly why I'm sharing it with you today. Knowledge is power, and applied knowledge is priceless. The book remains in print as the parables contain information regarding his personal financial advice. One of the most important things I remember from coming across this book right here: 7 curves for a lean purse. The first curve, Arcad advises on saving 10% of your annual income to start building your wealth. For every 10 coins you place in your purse, take out 1, but use 9, right? So essentially, and this is basically the golden secret to becoming a wealthy, wealthy, wealthy person. Save 10% of your money from now until forever. The purse will start to fatten at once, and it will increase its weight and feel good and bring satisfaction to your soul, especially when you're holding it in Bitcoin, right? And so this is a book. You can literally get this thing on Kindle or Amazon for a couple pennies. Buy it on Kindle for 49 cents, and it can seriously change your life. I think some of this knowledge that has been lost throughout the centuries can be very useful, and you see these multi-million-dollar companies are literally applying the exact same principles that have been spoken about for hundreds of years. Again, the richest man in Babylon: save 10% of your money, and you will be a very wealthy, happy, and seasoned soul as a result. If you guys appreciate this knowledge, I know somebody asked me about the Bitcoin chart. I'm about to jump into that right now, but jump on over to Boss of Bitcoin, drop in your email. I'm going to be doing a lot more content here going through the end of the year. I think it's a huge transition between the global economics, the macroeconomics, Bitcoin as a whole, the altcoin market. Everything is happening all at once, and so I'm going to try to make a bunch of new content. And so jump on the Boss of Bitcoin website. In addition to that, if you want to learn how to trade like a boss, if you want to come into our 24-hour crypto trading communities, they are available for you as well. The profit package is the first option. That's $50 for the first month, $75 after that. And that gives you a list of the top 7 coins to swing trade every 7 days. When there aren't any coins that are making money, just like today, that group is automatically upgraded to the VIP trading group. I call it BAM for boss alert messages. And this basically has an exclusive trading video every other day. I'm coming on, breaking down the market, showing you the tips, trades, tricks, you know, stop losses, limit sales. I just gave these guys a projection for Bitcoin, and I called the breakout. I said Bitcoin's going to run, altcoin's going to fall. You should be 90%, 100% in BTC right now. Sell it at this level, sell it below this level, you know, and ride the waves. That's the thing about trading, is we don't control the motion in the ocean, but we can control when and where we want to enter the water, right? Something else I think that is a very, very important thing to note And so again, that is available for you on bossofbitcoin.com. Something else I think that is very important to note is the phrase, a rising tide floats all ships. Well, I'm going to say the inverse is also true, in that a sinking tide sinks all ships, right? When you start to look at this chart for, let me see, this is the NASDAQ, right? Right now, we just had a little bit of a bounce, but we're still, net negative since this last fall off in September towards the end of August. If we're not able to get up to make a higher high, then by definition, we have negative energy in this thing. And because all of the money in the world, literally all the money in the world, flows through Wall Street from a top-down, trickle-down economy, you can see all of the global markets, Bitcoin included, take a major hit. I think we are witnessing the, what do they call it? The edifice? Precipice? Basically the beginning of a huge, huge, huge global correction with regards to the CV-19 crash that's impending on the global economy. I think they're going to wait until King Bobblehead is elected his second term, and then we'll start to see a lot of this stuff fall down, tipple over, and go sideways, right? You have to remember 90% of the world is still, hiding in their living rooms, literally locked in. I think Melbourne, they can't even leave their house or travel more than in Ireland, they can't travel more than 5 kilometers away from their house. People are literally chained to their living room. And so, it's not a great time for business. And so that's why I come on here to share, the highlights of crypto and some of the things happening behind the scenes. But in the bigger picture, especially if you look at the Russell, right? Russell 2000. Let me see. Right here. Yeah, this one had a much steeper fall off, and again, we still have this same top-down suppression area that we have not cleared yet. So until we clear that, and this is the top 2,000 companies in the world. Until we're able to get north of that green line, then Bitcoin, by definition, is still underwater with regards to the global macroeconomics of everything else happening in the world. You need Russell to get above that line. Because you have to remember, back in 2017, when Bitcoin had its huge, major run, Bitcoin wasn't the only damn thing making money. It was a lot of people on Wall Street making a lot of money too, right? I mean, you just go from 2016 to 2018 right there. Boom, boom, boom. That's 33% on the Russell 2000, right? That's the top 2,000 companies in the world. So that was trillions of dollars that was made on Wall Street during that short run. Granted, Bitcoin went from like $3 grand to 20 grand, but a lot of those guys made a lot of money on Wall Street, and now it's finally starting to be recalibrated and adjusted for this sensitivity, this price sensitivity, due to the current global market and the current conditions, right? So if you guys appreciate this content, again, all I ask you is hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate each and every one of you. As I mentioned, I am going to do a quick Bitcoin analysis. I did give this information to my paid members in the profit package and the boss alert messages. They got this stuff yesterday. But for you guys on here, because I like you so much, there you go. I think Bitcoin can run up to 12.8 to 13.2. I think the chart that I gave them, let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, the chart that I gave them went from 12.8 to 13.2. And it's just that easy. By the way, that's called freestyling on a Fibonacci right there. They don't teach them that on Wall Street. This is developed by yours truly. It works quite well. It's called the boss method. So if you want to learn how to trade like a boss, all you need to do is type in the Big Brother, how to trade like a boss. Watch that playlist. It's probably 2 or 3 videos, the top 3 videos, and you'll be well on your way to making money. This is what I do. I've been trading for the better part of 20 years. I bought my first stock when I was 16 years old in high school. I'm 35 right now. Do the math, that's 19 strong. Put in about 10,000 hours at the University of Notre Dame. Put in another 10,000 hours working for one of the biggest financial institutions in the world. And now I'm here, you know, putting in these hours on this computer to get this knowledge out to the people. I believe this is the most important time in your life for financial literacy. I believe this is the most important time of your life to wean yourself off this dollar. Do you know that the original term of dollar was debt? It was a weight. It measured the amount that was due on any given sale, right? It all goes back to Greece, to Rome. A lot of this stuff, you know, dollar, drachma, lira, libra, all of these were like common day currencies, you know. And this is the one that they chose for this next transition. However, I believe Bitcoin provides many, many, many more benefits than the dollar ever could. For one, it's transcribed on an immutable ledger. How many dollars are there in existence right now? How many dollars are printed? How many dollars were printed yesterday? Nobody knows, right? That's why they can never control the value of it. And that's why the value just continues to decrease and decrease and decrease over time, because they continue to print more and more and more and more dollars. Dollars are just like the news. If they can give it to you for free forever, or if they can just keep printing more of it, keep making more of it, more and more and more and more forever. And especially with the news, they give it to you 24 hours a day. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. If they give it to you for free forever, by definition, it has no value, right? Change your values, change your worth. Jump on over to bossofbitcoin.com if you haven't done it. Sign up for the paid communities if you are interested in making some money with the boy BK. I got about 60, 70 people in there, man. Been rocking out with me for a few months now. I know the market is tough. The altcoins are down. My people been out the damn market for almost 2 weeks now, you know? And we just waiting on Bitcoin to fall so I can cash out and jump in that USD, you know what I'm saying, and jump back in around 7, 8K. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying I'm prepared, right? So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much. Let me jump in this chat. If you're in the chat right now, shout your country out if you haven't done it, or your city. I'll see if I can get a couple of you guys in the chat as well. Like the analysis of the legacy markets. Thank you so much. Young Emu said the boss. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? He said it's a hard job being a boss, man. But somebody got to do it. I think he's doing it quite well. 22% of money in circulation was created in 2020. That's crazy. Crazy. That's why I say this is hyperinflation. Like, we have never seen anything like this, right? Ever. Especially in our lifetime. They might have did it like 200-300 years ago, back, you know, when people didn't know what was going on. But not now. Napa. Big Theo Blazer. Boss walking. On the West Coast. Canada's in the building. Europe's in the building. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't done it, again, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe right now. Turn your notifications on. I'm going to jump off this thing. I'm going to do, since we made it through a live stream, I might come on tomorrow with another one. You know, and that one is already made up. I can show you this real quick. Let me see. Where we at? Yeah, I got this thing was gonna take like an hour, but I got tomorrow's thing already lined up, man. You know, the second wave is coming. I got Google Trends, I got Wall Street, I got this stuff pinned down. So I think I might just save this for tomorrow's feature presentation, and you know, we go keep this thing on wheels and keep on rolling. Thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate you. With that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boats. Boy BK, no matter where you stay. Brazil to Bay, to California, all the way back out through my name. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss. Arms.